I've been meaning to react to this. It's always so funny when Imtash plays a new gacha game and he instantly finds all the flaws. That shit is so hilarious to me. Oh my god. You know, if someone's gonna tell you like it is, or if there's like any like glaring issues, bro's gonna tell you immediately what that is. It's just funny because you would think as more gacha games come out that are doing well and competing with each other, you would think they would try to do things less predatory, but this dev literally just said fuck it. It's so funny.
Hi everyone, MTash here, and I'm gonna fight this boss really quickly while I start the intro for this review. So I'm playing a game called Stella Sora, and I think that this game is going to be an absolute dead on arrival type game. Now currently I'm running around auto attacking the enemies. This is one of the bosses of one of the first stages, like one of the first dungeons I should say. And in order to die, I would need to get hit like 100 to 120 times.
That's crazy.
Without dodging, ever. I don't think it's possible for me to die, even without any inputs on this boss. And I understand that it might be the third boss of the game, or the fourth boss of the game even, but when I look at a video game, I have to look at, is there any sort of risk or threat from the opponents that I'm facing for the game to be any fun? You can die to the first enemies in Mega Man. You can die to the first enemies in Terraria. You can die to the first bosses in so many games. Dark Souls, Elden Ring, all these types of games, every enemy is a threat. And when these gacha games come out and there is zero threat, the enemies don't attack you, there is no way to possibly fail. And this is without using any abilities. If I auto battle or if I just start clicking my abilities and I start laying into this thing, you literally can't fail. And so I have a hard time looking at any of these games as a video game. I have a hard time caring or ever wanting to play these games because they just aren't fun. But then when you find out that this game has some of the craziest, greediest monetization I've seen in a long time, this game is dead on arrival. I'm telling you that it is dead on arrival. I cannot imagine this game makes any money. If you're looking for a roguelike, oh, you got all these choices? Doesn't matter. You can stomp most of the game, and even if you can't stop the end game, even if you can't destroy this game long term, do you want to spend days and days of energy gating to get to a point where you might get hit by an enemy and lose? Do you want to spend 40, 60, 80 hours of gameplay before you finally get tagged by an enemy and say...
It's just hard for me to comment on that because it's like my take on the situation is if I want to play something harder that's going to challenge me, I'll do that, which is what I've been doing, right? So like it's a little hard for me to comment on because it's just like I don't come to gacha games for just like this extra layer of difficulty. I kind of just like it just is what it is at this point. But for them to do that and to still be
okay, so let's get started.
Why is it Yun Lee? Hello?
Number 1. We have a guarantee on this banner. I'm already 30 something pulls in. There is a one-time only guarantee of the limited character at 120 pulls.
Yeah, so apparently Smack reacted to this as well, and is this true? Listen to this.
This shit was wild, bro. Let me find the comment, dogs. This shit was crazy. Oh, here it is. I found it. You missed a critical point. In this game, there isn't any next guaranteed after losing 50-50. This shit is wild. That means you can lose X number of 50-50s depending on your luck. Same for the 120 pull guarantee. If you win an early 5-star and the 50-50, you lose it, you start over and you have to get back to 120 to guarantee it, which means you can continue losing 50-50s before you reach 120 and never get the guarantee. The guarantee only occurs on the 120th pull. Now you might be
on the 120th pull if you win the 50-50. Is that how I'm understanding that? So you still have to win the 50-50. Why not just make the wait? I'm so confused. Is that not just what the hell? Oh my goodness, bro. First of all, going to 120 is crazy. Like, in order for these gacha games, these newer gacha games to surpass the old ones, you're going to have to be a little bit less predatory while also providing value, right? Making sure your game is fun and has that replayability. Jesus Christ.
Get one guy. Another dude like way up top said the exact same thing. These are people like sharing their fucking experiences, guys. Here it is. Note, I lost a 50-50 after 10 pulls. I thought, ooh, I'm guaranteed next pull. But after another 10 pull, I lost another 50-50.
No guarantee after losing the 50-50 is crazy. Are you serious? The fuck?
100.
And then, okay, I'm watching a reaction to a reaction, but it's just funny because it's like, I believe he talks about the rates, right? The rates are 0.6, right? 0.6 for like most Hoyo games. I know Genshin's is 0.6. I know Smack actually played Tribe 9 and actually fucked with Tribe 9 heavy. It's just so unfortunate. That game had a 2%. It was 2%, and I believe this game is 2% as well, which is crazy because it's like 2%. Like in Tribe 9, day 1 till EOS, I owned every character. I was able to pull every character. Was it early? Some, yes, because it's 2%, but you also could, because there's no pity, you also could just go to what was it, like 70 or something. I don't remember exactly, but 2% can sometimes be very misleading, basically.
Not defending these motherfuckers. They are cooked. They are beyond cooked. But Genshin Impact is a 0.6 to get a 5-star. 0.6. Wuwai, I think, is 0.8. I think it's 2%, 0.2% higher than Genshin. And then Reverse 1999 is 1%. This game is a 2%. That's really high, actually.
2% is really high. I've also hit like 5 stars like crazy in Reverse 1999 early, just because of that 1%, right?
On these banners. If we go down here and we look at the pity, 120 polls in order.
So that's important. He's emphasizing that because he's basically saying, like, you know, normally like weapon banners is a little bit better. The same shit.
I mean, you shouldn't have a weapon banner at this point. At this point, you're just being stupid. You're being greedy and stupid as a dev. You got to realize times have changed. You cannot have a weapon banner at this point. At least not one like this predatory.
Exact same pity. Not a little better at all.
In order to get this, hold on, this is where it's going to start getting real crazy. So we start looking at getting those characters and how many requirements if you want to get a character and their weapon. But let's go look at the shop and let's have a little discussion about the money required to do this. The monthly pass that almost every game like this does, $5 pass. It gives you 11 pulls.
I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be looking at a game almost in 2026 that is making Genshin Impact's dog shit monetization system look generous. Genshin Impact gives, I believe, roughly around 19 pulls. It's 2,700 plus 300 divided by 160, right? So it's 3,000 divided by 160, whatever the fuck that is. I think it's like 18.75, something like that. This game gives 11 pulls.
Why would you do a nerfed version of the 30-day pass in your gacha game? You're just trying to make money. I mean, like, obviously, like, this is like the goal at the end of the day, but you kind of have to do something to bring in those players that are going to want to spend on your game, right? And unless you have the greatest gameplay ever, then I mean, who's gonna like go for these prices? That is just, oh my god.
It's 300 dust in order to do one pull. This is giving 2,700, but then you get the 600.
People out there that just aren't that smart. Gotta be with them. So they're like 8,500.
Oh, and then here's bait. This is the last part I want to go over. This is just so bait. It shows 8,500, right? The model's a little bit in the way. Typically, you see that 8,500, and you're like, holy shit, this is really good. This is solid because like I'm getting another 8,500 on top of that. You know, plus 16,000 pulls or 17,000 pulls or 17,000 currency. Whereas, what is it, 6,850 in typical Hoyo games, times 2 if you have your top up. Whereas you're actually getting less here. It's actually fucked. For $100 too.
180. Oh my god, looks like a lot. People who can't do math, and they're thinking it's crazy, but it's a 300, not 160, right? Genshin Impact in one of the ways costs 160 per pull. This
300 for a pull.
Per pull.
which is almost double the cost of other ways of getting it back. Only 20 shy from doubling the cost per pull. So then they raised this shit up, and some dipshit out there is thinking this is generous, probably because he doesn't do math. He's never done math day in his life. Only been jerking off to anime waifus his whole life. And so that's a sticky situation. And if you add this up, the top up, I already did the math. The top up double bonus, right? The bonus is 56 pulls. That's not even half of the pulls required to guarantee the character at the 100.
Yeah, because it's 120. This is all I need to see. This is all I need to see. This is garbage. Don't play this. Like, what is this? Unless that gameplay is straight just like flames, like, I don't know what to tell you. That is just garbage. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.